Everybody is here, Patsy, and I'm going to be reading from today. I'm going to be reading from Linda Goodman's Love Signs. This is a really old book. I've had it for many years, and it was written like in the 30s. So she refers to the energies as a man or a woman, but if make it fit as if you're a Cancer and you have masculine energy, then when I'm saying man, it's about you. And Sagittarius, if you have feminine energy, then I'm talking about you, right? I'm not going to probably do all of these because this would be like 144 readings, if not more. This book is 913 pages long, okay? So I'm going to do Cancer, man, and Sagittarius woman today. Even though Sagittarius astrologically rules religion, along with Pisces and Scorpio, because religion contains many levels of awareness, not just one. And even though every Sag at some time in life is deeply concerned about the pros and cons of religious beliefs, the girl Archer may forget when she's in love with a boy Crab the most important spiritual advice of all, which is count your blessings. Gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Quite probably before she met him, her Jupiter faith and idealism was shattered by the kind of men who treated love casually and treated her carelessly, maybe even cruelly. Except perhaps for that very special boy with the tender eyes, who loaned her his pencils and fought the bullies who teased her at recess in the 6th grade. Certainly none of the males she impulsively loved came anywhere near living up to her private image of a prince or a knight who would treat her gently as his lady fair and awaken her soul with the kiss of his glance that promised to adore her forever and 3 days. Sweep her off to his enchanted castle, then sit with her beside the lake, feeding the swans, making her laugh, and making her know that she was his alone, that his love was loyal and true and everlasting. She'd just about given up on that particular dream and was about to settle for either remaining a bachelor girl or finding a wealthy Arab who might fall a little short of her image, but who would whisk her away on his private jet to the land of gushing oil wells with his turban and long nightgown to feed the camels at sunset. Forget Camelot, who needs that? Then there was this crazy miracle. Bouncing along one day, she bumped straight into the surprised heart of a crab, out strolling the byways and taking his morning constitutional. He's wearing no helmet, no armor, nor was he perched aside a white horse. Neither was he adorned with a turban, and as far as a long white nightgown, clothed in such an unseemly, attention-getting manner. Oh, I'm sorry. Neither was he adorned in a turban, and for the long white gown, being a conservative Cancerian, he wouldn't dream of appearing in public clothed in such a unseemly, attention-getting manner. He owned not a single swan and could introduce her to no camels. But he did sometimes sit by the lake in the park at twilight and feed the pigeons popcorn, he told her. As for the private jet, after she knew him better, she realized that he definitely had the potential to own a whole fleet of them someday, the way he hung on to his money. I mean, after all cash has to accumulate if you never spend a penny of it, ever, for anything, except maybe an occasional glass of imported wine or champagne. So he's a saver. tight. Never mind that he wasn't the living, breathing image of Camelot. There was a certain air about him. The kiss in his glance that promised forever was surely not missing. It caressed her and made her knees feel funny every time he looked at her. And although he might be a trifle stingy with his pencils, not handing them out like potato chips, because after all, pencils do cost money, especially the kind with decent erasers, he still had the tender eyes of a special boy in the 6th grade, and he gave her the distinct feeling that he'd protect her from bullies in the schoolyard or anywhere else, that she was truly cherished as a woman, and that she'd be warmly secure with him forever and 3 days, because this man would surely keep her safe from harm. Well, you can't have it your way to match every nuance, eyelash, and brushstroke of your dream image. Goodness knows he has more of those qualities she nearly lost hope for. Lost hope of ever finding. He was better than the other gorillas. Casanovas and leering sophisticates who both bored her and let her down with a thump in the past. He might not exactly be Don Quixote, but he did contain his own kind of impossible dream behind his shy smile and his quiet manner. And she forgot all about caution and fell in love with him, head over heels. That's the way Sag always falls in love, for that matter, or does anything, head over heels. Being a centaur, therefore half horse and half human, this girl stumbles a lot, and it is a little clumsy, despite her normally graceful stride that reminds her admiring crab of a thoroughbred racehorse. The first thing she learned after she shocked herself by loving him was that she didn't make a mistake in forgetting all about the caution when they met, because this man possesses enough of the stuff to supply not only her when she runs low on it, but the entire British Commonwealth. An endless source. She'd be happier, she discovers after a while, if he'd forget about some of his own caution, but not all of it. She kind of likes the way his caution keeps her steered in the right direction when sometimes she's tempted to be overly reckless. It's nice to be saved from yourself by someone who really cares about you. But a little of his caution goes a long way with this Archer girl. Too much of it can cause her to feel closed in, smothered, and therefore restless. It's never a good idea to make the horse end of the centaur restless. So, Sagittarius likes action, movement, travel, goals. Cancer is cautious. Because the relationship is guided and influenced by the 6-8 sun pattern, the Cancerian man will hold an inexplicable fascination for this woman, hints of mystery and secrets, in addition to a magnetic sexual appeal. She is curious by nature, so the way he keeps her guessing about his feelings and changing moods is exciting rather than exasperating, as it might be to another female. Most of the time, she'll behave in an unaccustomed, docile manner under the spell of this lunar man. But once in a while, like the times when he compares her to his mother unfavorably, or scolds her for being too extravagant, accuses her of talking too much and never listening, she'll lose her temper. Since Jupiter has a way of expanding everything, the girl Archer does not have a small temper. It is sizable when fully aroused. Then she'll say something pointed and cutting, because Sagittarius are seldom at a loss for words. Something that will deeply wound the ultra-sensitive feelings of this man. So he's very sensitive. Cancers are very sensitive. And Sagittariuses are very blunt. He'll snap back at her crossly, and she'll just zing him with another arrow of tactless truth in an answer to his challenge. And he'll begin one of his lengthy pouting spells of silence, withdrawing himself into a place where she can't follow, where even her words can't reach him. So he will pull into his shell and get quiet, and nothing you can say can penetrate that. This is when she should take a walk in the woods alone, all by herself. Being close to nature never fails to clear the cobwebs from a Sagittarius's mind and project her astral self back to the way things were before he came along to cozily protect her and make her laugh with his outrageous humor. There was such a vague and lonely longing within her then that seemed just to melt away at the first time he smiled at her with his soft twinkling eyes, her sixth grade hero. Stirring memories of a time when life was sweet and simple and full of warm familiarity. He has his faults, yes, but he's sympathetic, sensitive, and affectionate. He's funny and full of fascinating conversation more often than he's grouchy. He's certainly loyal and earnest. He'll never try to deliberately hurt her or break a promise if he can possibly help it. And he's gradually becoming more generous because he wants to please her. He didn't say a word last week when she bought a registered purebred Old English sheepdog for $900, which meant he couldn't have the camera he'd been wanting for over a year. Best of all, he's not a hypocrite. He's sincere and he's genuine. She cannot stand hypocritical people. So after she counts her blessings, she'll go back and tell him she's sorry she yelled at him and it was unkind. Then, if she offers to do something very sweetly solicitous for him, he'll peek out from behind that crab shell and trust her again with his nicest smile. Maybe some stuffed mushrooms, the way his mother fixed them. Is that what might heal the hurt so we can be close again? No. He'd rather have her than those mushrooms. He has that full moon strangeness in his eyes again because she's touched his heart with her kindness. So they make up by making love. Their sexual chemistry is one of the blessings that she forgot to count. Her desires are more fiery and passionate than his, but that only has the effect of stirring him with a challenge to teach her that he's the cardinal sign and she's immutable. And a cardinal means to lead. So their sex is passionate because he's trying to show her that he's the boss. But she's very passionate with him, and so he has to keep up. Then, too, there's that haunting mystery of his water element, drawing her into its depths as she learns more about the stillness within the unexplored parts of herself through his love. Through the slow, gentle way he approaches their mutual needs. He leads her to a place where sensuality is a whispering, waiting promise, where trembling enchantment lingers much longer for all of its dreamlike quality. then a flaming rush of instant blending that quickly dies out, leaving no memory of the peace behind it. Fire stimulates and thrills with a hint of explosion. Water soothes and cools, remaining. The right amount of each sexual expression between Cancer and Sagittarius is a strong and mutually fulfilling experience. Because fire and water is what? Steam. But physical love is only one level of a human relationship. So the crab and his girl archer must learn to blend their fire and water elements in other ways with the same kind of careful harmonizing. In time, he'll grow to intensely respect her courage, and yes, even her frankness, because she's honest. He can trust her to mean what she says and to be what she is. In time, she'll be grateful for his cautious hand on hers, holding her back from all those deep holes she used to fall into when she wasn't looking. They'll learn to trust each other. And there's that one thing that these two very different people had in common long before they met. The search for someone you can trust to always love you as you are, and nothing else is important. I say, it's beautiful. So that was Cancer, masculine energy, with a Sagittarius, feminine energy. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share it with your partner. If you're, if you start dating somebody and you want me to do one of these readings for you or one of these, narrations for you, write it in the comments. I check the comments all the time, and I'll get back to you and I'll do that reading for you. So anyway, thanks everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you'll know whenever I upload something. And thank you so much. If you've already subscribed, unsubscribe and subscribe again, right? And thank you. I am almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is very low compared to the rest of the YouTube atmosphere, but that's fine. I do this because this is my work, and I'm not monetized, and I'm just doing it because I love everybody, and I want us to do love right. I want us to try to do love right to the best of our abilities. All right? So, thank you, everybody, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Peace.